Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Truth and Freedom, where there's freedom in knowing the truth. And I'm Chuck, the instigator, and I'm with my co-host Jim, the researcher, and we are with our guest again, Coach Joe. So, Coach Joe, I would like to ask you. We would like to know more about fluoride as we promised our listeners. So, most of the listeners, most of the people around the world doesn't know the detrimental effects of fluoride. Only they know that fluoride is safe and beneficial. So what can you say about that?
Good evening. First thing I want to say is fluoride is anything but safe and effective for the body. It is very harmful. And tonight I'm going to give you enough information to prove that theory. First off, fluoridation of the water owes its continued existence more to politics than it does to science. If safety and effectiveness are truly considered, fluoride would be questionable even as a prescription drug, but to freely add it to the public water supplies, often without any public vote whatsoever, is far beyond questionable.
It's really nice to know that, Coach Joe. So, Jim, other than fluoride, do you know any household material or household hygienic material that they think that are safe but not?
Well, chlorine is definitely not good to consume. That's that's pretty common to be put into the water, drinking water.
Whoa, so why is that? Why they are putting chlorine on water? What's the purpose behind that?
Well, you have to kill the bacteria and everything in the water, but that's why it's good to get have your water filtered from the chlorine to drink it.
What I know is chlorine is mainly used for swimming pools. So what you were saying is they are also putting chlorine in drinking water. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Whoa. So what's the taste of that? Have you tasted that?
Oh, it tastes bad. You're gonna know when you drink it. That's a pretty bad taste. Pretty strong.
Whoa, it's like another added flavor in the water. So does it have a mineral or any nutrients from chlorine?
No.
So it's like you're also putting bleach on water. So it's like you're cleaning the water with a substance cleaner. I'm not really familiar with chlorine because we are not really using it. But as Jim said, chlorine is not really good for your health. Coach Joe, do you know anything about chlorine?
Yes, I do. Chlorine is not only poisonous to your brain, it's also poisonous to your kidney and your liver, same as bleach. But because of the way governments and FDAs around the globe try to minimize the dosage of everything inside our water supplies and or our food supplies, they still overdose us daily because they say that 1 milligram be equal to a prescription drug,
Whoa.
but that would be 1 part per million in a 1 liter bottle of water.
Okay, so why we
Okay, now I'm not finished with that thought. At that, okay, each bottle of water we take in is 4 parts per million. So they're going beyond their own government regulated regulations.
glad to know that, Coach Joe. So we are talking about this because a lot of people around the world are using this, using chloride. I'm intermixing the two. A lot of people are using fluoride and chlorine. So fluoride, as we all know, can be found in toothpaste, and fluoride, as we all know, It strengthens our bones. So, as we all know also, fluoride is the number one substance that can clean the gums and to protect the teeth from decaying, from tooth decay. Yes, decaying, that's right. So, but the other side of the coin telling that fluoride is not really good. It has a detrimental effects in our body. So too much fluoride can cause any neurological damage, any neurological disease in our brain, and it can also calcify the pineal gland, which is very rare part of the brain, and a lot of a lot of experts doesn't know what is the purpose of pineal gland. So, what about other parts of the brain or parts of body that we can tackle about? So, Coach Joe, I'm not really into the damages of fluoride. What I only know is the pineal gland. So, any other parts of the brain or body that can be damaged
Yeah.
through fluoride?
Okay. Fluoride directly affects the pituitary gland, which is just at the base of the brainstem. What that part of the brain does is controls motor function and also controls your thought process. It's the first step through your thought process. Now, in small doses, they say it doesn't hurt you, but a buildup over time in your brain will render people useless and cause people to have Hodgkin's lymphoma, a whole array of other diseases that are brain diseases that a lot of people can't overcome because it sets like a heavy metal in the brain and continues to deteriorate because can't flush. It's hard to flush out of your system because once fluoride gets into your system, blood carries it to the brain, and as it goes through that pituitary gland, it gets stuck there, and it causes strokes, heart attacks, and many other types of regular diseases that we all need to be aware of.
It's very shocking to know all of this, that it's very dangerous, as you are saying that fluoride is not an agent for cleaning teeth, or it cannot protect us from anything. So, Jim, do you know any alternative for consuming toothpaste or using toothpaste?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of herbal toothpaste out there. You can check on Amazon or any of these online stores, or you can also just check from a local distributor. There's different networking companies that have products that have aloe vera, and they use I think baking soda stuff, just natural things that are good for the body. They only allow non harmful ingredients. So you just have to make sure you read your labels and find a source, find a company that's wellness oriented for the right toothpaste.
That's a great advice from Jim. Well, I'm also suggesting use salt and water instead of toothpaste. Put salt on your toothbrush, then gently rub it on your tooth. So it will clean your teeth and it will strengthens the core of your teeth. So it really cleans the gums also. So the point there, the main bottom line is fluoride is very dangerous. It can really affect your brain. It can really affect your bones. So a lot of people doesn't know about that. So what I did say about fluoride a while ago is fluoride can calcify the pineal gland. So a lot of people doesn't know about pineal gland, or even the experts really don't know about pineal gland, and a lot of scientists fabricating pineal gland. They're telling that pineal gland is just a myth. So pineal gland is very powerful part of the brain, which is by the ancient civilization they're considering it the spiritual eye. So that will be another topic, but as Coach Joe says, it can also damage the pituitary gland. Is that right, Coach Joe?
Correct. The pituitary gland.
So that is different from pineal gland, right?
Yes. Well, I've heard it said, been related that they're both the same. I don't know. From my studies of doing the brain, I've never heard of it. I've only heard the same thing you've heard, that the pineal gland is a mythological part of the brain. But the scientists today want to relate it to the pituitary because it is the first barrier of where consciousness passes through.
Whoa. So what you were saying is pineal gland is kind of new to some of the current scientists. But what I know is they are covering the truth behind pineal gland. As I've known, pineal gland is very, very useful, especially way back in the ancient times. As I've researched about the ancient civilization of Egypt, they are doing some rituals that activating the pineal gland. Even when they died and they're gonna bury the body, they are considering the pineal gland as the next or the continuation of their life. As like it as it will be activated, their next life will be activated or will be played by the pineal gland. So as I've said, that will be another topic, but the main bottom line there is fluoride can really do detrimental damage to pineal gland, which is not good for decision making. One thing for that is a lot of people nowadays are very clouded, especially in day-to-day decision making because their pineal gland are calcified. It's like think of a camera lens that has a fog on it. So if you're gonna focus your camera on the subject, it cannot really see the subject clearly because it has a smear on the lens. That's the analogy that I can give for pineal gland that has been calcified rather by fluoride. So, Jim, could you tell us anything about or any suggestions, Jim? Could you tell more about how can we avoid this detrimental stuff that we have in our household?
Well, just get filtered water for one, and herbal or non-fluoride toothpaste. And um, I don't know about swimming in these highly chlorinated pools. I've been doing that all my life. Knock on wood, I was okay, but probably it's a good idea to don't get into a highly chlorinated pool if you're sweating, or make sure your body is not having all your pores open like that. Take a cold shower before you get into a chlorinated pool, stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, um, that's all I have to say right now.
Thank you for that, Jim. So we're about to end the show or the episode rather. So before we wrap up, Coach Joe, any last suggestions to avoid this fluoridation of the body? How can we avoid the fluoridation?
Mainly read labels. I can't stress that enough. You have to read the labels of what you're ingesting. If you don't know what it is, you don't need to put it in your body. So if you're reading a label and you can't pronounce it, say it, or understand what it's saying, you don't need to put that in your body.
Absolutely.
Because people, this is a poison. It is not a drug. It's a poison. We are poisoning ourselves slowly with it. That's all we're doing. And the governments and other people, health professionals just don't care. They know, they just don't care. As Jim said, best thing to do is before you get ready to go swimming at a public pool, definitely take a cold shower to make sure that your pores on your body stay closed, because your skin is the largest organ of your body, and it will soak up all that chlorine and fluoride that's in the water and ingest it without you even knowing. So to prevent being over chlorinated or over fluorinated, make sure you do a cold shower before you get in, because if your body is hot and sweaty, temperature is cooled down just a little bit, your pores will get smaller, then your skin will not take in as much chlorine or fluoride into your system.
Whoa, that's good to know. Absolutely correct, Coach Joe. By the way, Coach Joe is very knowledgeable when it comes to health and well-being of an individual. So you can also reach out to Coach Joe for more insights and more advice about health. So we're about to end our show. What I can say about this also is avoid unnecessary ingestion. As Coach Joe says, if you cannot understand it or if you don't know about it, don't ingest it. So another alternative that I can say is guava leaves. You can use it as an alternative for cleaning your tooth or your teeth. So you can rub it also on your on at the core of your teeth. So it can also save you a lot of bucks because you will not support the big pharma. It's also part of big pharma buying those commercial toothpaste. So we are hoping for more healthy people, healthier lifestyle. So I remember that there's a family, an elite family. They are a very powerful family who are encouraging the people, the norms to use fluoride. So they are sending it via subconscious mind that you have to use fluoride, you have to consume toothpaste, you have to use it to for you to become more healthy, to make your teeth whiter, to make your teeth cleaner. I'm trying to recall their name. They are Sobe. I cannot find it in Yandex. I remember that from a documentary, and my wife also told me about that. It's like Sobe are witches, family of witches. So they are operating in a supernatural way, and their main business is about fluoride. So that will be another topic. So thank you, Coach Joe, for sharing your thoughts and wisdom about this. And Jim, thank you for your researching. Thank you for your powerful research. So, Jim, could you tell us the tagline, or would you like me to tell it?
Yeah, thanks for listening to Truth and Freedom, where you can find out the truth that can help you be free.
Yes, the other tagline is truth and freedom, where there's freedom in knowing the truth. So, thank you, guys. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Coach Joe. Hoping for
Thank you.
another episode with you. So, we're gonna take a lot of relevant topics and divulging the lies. So, thank you and God bless.